The news just in, air pollution in Sydney has reached 10 times the hazardous level. Air quality at Rouse Hill and Prospect has hit 2200. So the air quality is considered hazardous at just 200, apparently. Strong winds have dragged the smoke into the Sydney basin from a nearby fire at Gospers Mountain. Conditions will improve later today. However, those gusts needed to clear the smoke from the city could create tough conditions for fire crews.
If you've got some respiratory challenges, then you do need to be concerned. And it's reflective of what our poor old people have been dealing with up the north coast now for many weeks, this smoke inundation as a result of these fires. But the northerly breezes that came in yesterday afternoon and into last night, they've really drifted that smoke down. That's what's settled in the Sydney basin.
These are live pictures from Sydney Harbour. You can see the smoke has substantially cleared in the last couple of hours, but what you can't see there is the pungent smell across Sydney of that smoke. So that's why the danger rating is so high, because there is that smoke that is right across Sydney, and if you are in Sydney you'll know that it smells like a fire is right next door. Now the RFS says the danger rating will be in place today for the Greater Sydney, Hunter, Illawarra, Central Ranges and southern regions. It's up from yesterday's very high classification. A total fire ban has been declared for much of the northwest of New South Wales, and authorities are warning residents to be alert. Currently, there are 48 fires burning across the state. They remain at a watch and act level.
But we're expecting to see across a lot of the fire grounds this real convergence, this real mixture of winds, wind strengths and wind directions, anything from the north, northeast, around to the west and southwest, and then of course these strong southerlies, southeasterlies right throughout this afternoon and this evening. So a really problematic day for firefighters and all those communities still dealing with the fires.
Joining us now, New South Wales RFS Deputy Commissioner Rob Rogers. Good morning to you, Rob. Thanks very much for joining us. So since we had the Commissioner on, he spoke of the current situation when it comes to smoke, the smoke haze across Sydney. What's happened in the last hour or so? Where are we up to?
Well, look, that fire, obviously that fire west of Sydney, the Gospers Mountain fire, that fire is becoming more active. Crews have done as much backburning in and around properties there as they can, but it's fair to say that that fire will continue to move today. The smoke should start pushing out of Sydney fairly soon, and unfortunately it'll head to the north, so those communities up there will get more of that smoke in toward the Central Coast and Newcastle area. But look, further north, we're quite concerned about the Mile Creek fire up northwest of Yamba. That fire has the potential to impact on the Pacific Highway today, and obviously we've got dozens of other fires across the state that in these elevated conditions that will potentially cause problems during today.
How rare is it, Rob, that the air pollution is 10 times the hazardous level?
Look, and we often see this, you know, when we're doing burn-offs and that, when you have that inversion layer in the Sydney area, unfortunately, it just gets trapped, and that's why they call it the Sydney basin. It's just like a basin, and it gets some, you know, that inversion layer puts a lid on it and just holds all that smoke in there until such time as the wind picks up, the inversion moves, and it starts to blow it out. So it's just the topography of this Greater Sydney area that makes it so problematic for smoke.
All right, Rob Rogers, I appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.